Hey everyone, welcome to Probability Theory. This will be lecture 0 of the course, meaning this is the course introduction. So let's talk about what to expect from probability theory. So I'm going to handle a couple of things here. First, I just want to kind of walk through the roadmap of the course, roughly. Of course, things may vary as we get into it, but this would be roughly the outline I'm shooting for. Then we'll talk about what sort of mathematical background would be appropriate here, what kind of prerequisites you might think about getting before attempting this. And then lastly, we'll just discuss quickly what textbooks I'll be using and which ones I recommend. So let's start with sort of the outline of the course. This is going to be a full semester course, so every topic you would expect to encounter in an undergraduate probability theory course, we will cover here as well. In addition, we may cover things that we're just going to follow. We're going to follow the regimen, but then at times we may deviate slightly outside of the regimen, get a couple additional topics, maybe some applications if they're interesting. So we have that, that luxury because this is, we don't have a semester to cram this all into. I can just kind of put into this whatever I think is interesting and cool. But we will cover every topic that's covered in the regular brick and mortar, quote unquote, probability theory course. So the first thing we'll talk through, obviously, is probability. And specifically, the definition of probability. And alongside that, we'll talk about the rules of probability, some sort of foundational properties of probability, etc. And so we'll spend a little bit of time on this. We'll probably spend about 10 lectures on that set there. Following that, we'll start to introduce the idea of a random variable, which of course at this point you may not have any idea what a random variable is, and that's to be expected. But suffice it to say, it's a very important thing in probability theory and statistics generally. And we'll start with discrete random variables. We'll spend a fair amount of time there as well. Very important. We'll probably spend 10 lectures on that. And then after that, once we understand random variables in the discrete case, we'll jump to continuous random variables, where we'll spend, can you guess? Probably roughly 10 lectures. And then once we get through that, we can kind of have a little bit more leeway in terms of what direction we want to go. But I think where we will end up going is into multivariate probability distributions. Multivariate probability distributions, very important. So just like multivariate functions that if you recall from algebra, function f, a function of x and y, here we'll have probability distributions that are functions of multiple random variables. And so we'll spend a fair amount of time there, maybe 10 lectures, right? These are approximate, so we'll see how it chimes out, but just kind of going through, thinking through what sections need to be covered, this seems very reasonable. We'll get into some very interesting section regarding functions of random variables next. This one will be a little bit shorter, maybe 5 lectures. And then we'll end probability theory with a discussion of sampling distributions and the central limit theorem. The central limit theorem. And we'll spend about 5 lectures on that. So probability theory is nice. It kind of builds nicely, and it ends on a extreme high point here with the central limit theorem. And from this naturally follows the second sequence in the sort of typical undergraduate statistics sequence. So this is probability theory, and then after all of this, we'll have a second course called mathematical statistics. This is basically like prob theory 2. Okay, so this is what you can expect. And again, most of these things are covered in a undergraduate regular undergraduate probability theory class. So let's talk next about what sort of background is appropriate here. So mathematical background, maybe prerequisites, prereqs. You're going to need some set theory. So what I'll say about set theory is we will use set theory as we work through this class. Certainly in the early portions of the class, we'll use set theory. I don't think you have to have had a set theory course. I don't even know that any undergraduates really take a full course in set theory. But it is useful if you understand how set notation works, some of the basics of set theory, and we will spend a little bit of time reviewing this. We'll spend some time reviewing it. We'll have at least one lecture dedicated to just like what's all the set theory that we need. But it's helpful if you've seen it before. So that's a prereq. Another one is, of course, calculus, and I would say 1 and 2, right, will be certainly integration will come into play once we get into continuous random variables. And I mean, we definitely use derivatives as well, right? We'll see differentiation throughout the semester also. So calculus 1 and 2. And I would say this is the kind of thing, we won't be reviewing how integrals work here or how to differentiate things, maybe a little bit, but this course could be challenging if you've never seen calculus before. So I would call that a prereq. And the final thing that may be of some value to students is just some experience reading and understanding proofs. So some experience with proofs, right? We'll prove things whenever it's helpful. I mean, I doubt if you were taking, well, no, that's not true. If you're taking probability theory as an undergrad, you'll probably have to write some proofs. You'll have to prove this, you'll have to prove that. They're fairly straightforward, though, if memory serves. But it will just be useful if you've had experience with proofs before venturing into this world, just because a lot of times we'll use a proof to help explain how something works, obviously. And so if you don't have any idea or you just have no experience with proofs, you could be hindered somewhat by that. So it's useful if you've seen some proofs. I don't think you have to have necessarily had a full course on proofs, but if you've taken like linear algebra, for example, a proper linear algebra class will have a lot of proofs, and if you've gone through that and been okay, you'll be good here. Okay, very good. So that's kind of that's what I would say is the prerequisites for this class. Then let's jump to textbooks quickly. So what texts will we be using? Well, the dominant textbook for this section will be Mathematical Statistics. With applications. And this is going to be the famous text by Wackerly. Not just Wackerly, it's Wackerly, Mendenhall, and Schaefer. So this is a kind of a classic textbook. It's not terribly old, I don't think, maybe 20, 25 years old, but it's well thought of. And I think it's very possible that a lot of undergraduate departments will use this book today, even. And I even know that some graduate math programs use this for their graduate probability theory. So it's a great book. It's really good, and we will be mostly relying on this one for probability theory. The other book that I will use occasionally, I'll pull examples from, is called Mathematical Statistics. Not terribly unique titles here. Mathematical Statistics with Data Analysis. And this is another book. This is by Rice. This is another book that is really good, really great. I kind of struggled with which one I prefer. So what I'll end up doing, I'm almost certain of this, is that I'll use this one here for probability theory. And then I do think this one might be better for mathematical statistics. So we'll start, probability theory will be based on the Wackerly book. And then I'm not totally sure, but I do think most likely we'll switch over to Rice for mathematical statistics. I just think it's a little bit better. That's my experience with it. But so that's what we will be up to this semester. So I'm anticipating 50 or so lectures, not quite an hour long each, roughly, but it'll be kind of a longer course. There's a lot of stuff to cover, and I want to do a very thorough job. So with that, I think I'll let you go, and hopefully we'll see you for lecture 1. Take care.